my face on the telly, you see my face on the you see my face on the telly, you see my face on the telly, you see my face on the you see my face on the telly.
Welcome to So Much to Talk About. I'm your host, Butterfly Mush, and this is episode... We don't know yet because I have a couple episodes I have to put out. But this is an episode you're going to love because we have a special guest, and it is the first time I have a guest on the show, and we're trying shit out, so bear with us. But I want to do a really good intro. I mean, I'm putting pressure on myself because this person is very important to my creative process and to my witchery. This person has done so much this year that we're going to have several episodes to talk about all of her amazing projects. Because there's a lot going on in this person's life right now. And without further ado, Jacq Frances, everyone. Woo! Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Oh my God, please. I have some tea for you.
Hi, I'm Jacq Frances.
There you have it. There you have it. We are going to be talking about way too many things. Art camp.
Close encounters of other kinds.
Close encounters.
And likability. Why is it so important to be liked? Or is it?
Or is it? It's all about perspective. We're going to talk about perspective as well. We may or may not have some other special guests. We may or may not. I don't know yet.
Another successful slutty entrepreneur.
Oh my God. May or may not. Yes. Successful slutty entrepreneur. I love that.
There's room for all of us.
All right. So let's get to it. Got a message from my tea.
Yeah.
Your heart is bigger than your tits. And it really is. It really
you have
is.
a huge heart.
Oh, I love that.
And a huge rack.
I do.
You know
and
what
this
I
is
mean?
like a reduced rack.
But it's still
But
a
it's
huge
still
rack.
bountiful.
Yeah. I'm proud of you. What does mine say? Mine says, you are already the best you. Thank you.
You are.
I am. I'm feeling it. I got a tarot reading today.
Oh, tell me all
And
about
she told me the cards were like jumping out of her. I was at this fair in Bushwick. The cards were jumping out of her. And she's like, damn, what are you going through? And I'm like,
that. Life.
something.
Things.
Yeah. Can't talk about it right now, guys.
Things.
But it's
Things
rich.
are happening.
Let's just say the next album is going to be unhinged.
Adele ain't got shit on.
Yeah. So, all these cards were jumping out, and she was like, "You have to change your perspective. Like, why are you fighting so hard? You got to change your perspective." And then I was like, "Wait a minute. I am literally changing my perspective and putting on new lenses. I don't know if you noticed, but I got glasses."
What is this perspective now?
I think here's my problem. I care way too much about being liked. Way too much.
But like, it's a human condition.
Yeah, sure. But like, to what degree? Like, being likable, yes, it's important, and being kind is important. But like, I hold back for the sake of being likable. And I'm just like, I think it might be time for me to be a cunt.
You think you
I don't
hold
know.
back, or is this other like outside forces telling you? Because I don't think that you do.
You don't think I hold back?
No, I think you are the most authentically you ever. Like
Yeah, in certain realms of my life.
right.
You know what I mean? I think like,
Well, then take
I think I haven't been living with this holistic, inclusive nature of all of my like facets.
Take a piece of the realms where you are so unapologetically you.
Yeah.
And then take notes from that girl and bring her around.
That bitch.
That bitch.
Yeah.
Listen, but I feel like that's who I know.
It is. I think I'm just sort of honoring that. Yeah, she's there, but there's also part of me that has such a people pleasing problem, and it's like,
You're not at the club anymore.
I know. I'm not at the club anymore. Who am I doing this for?
Right.
Yeah.
Because listen,
I'm a boss.
You have to do it at the club.
Yeah.
To make money. I get it.
Yeah.
You laugh at the stupid jokes or you make people feel good. And we're really good at that.
Yeah.
But you're not there anymore.
I'm not there anymore.
And people
No, I don't
like
have
you
to
for
suck
you.
anybody's dick but my own.
No, your own. You need to start sucking your own dick. Brought to you by Rose Tea.
Red Rose Tea, strawberry cheesecake. Yeah. And then this girl, Midnight Maven on Instagram, came up to me and offered me a free tooth gem.
Please grace us.
So if you can tell when I smile really big.
Oh my God.
I have a diamond or a Swarovski crystal actually.
But Swarovski crystals are expensive.
Yeah.
Don't let
on
them
my
fool.
tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
you've got a Swarovski smile.
I do. So why are we not honoring it? So that's cool.
Yeah, I love that.
That was a nice gift, a blessing, you know?
But that's just a sign of more of what's to come.
Right? Abundance.
More diamonds.
With diamonds.
Diamonds
so I
that
always
make
had
you
this
smile.
visual of diamonds at my feet. Right? But like diamonds come out of my mouth too.
I mean, diamonds everywhere. Where do you not want diamonds?
I want them everywhere. Actually, I got a diamond butt plug recently.
Oh.
I got diamonds coming out my ass.
I love that one, by the way.
That was a beautiful video.
Yeah, that was
I
a
really
beautiful
enjoy
video.
advertising. Mm-hmm.
I think they did really well.
Thank you.
I think they did really. That video
definitely
was really.
sold something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is she here?
Oh my God, this is like a neighborhood show.
Come
We're
in. It's like Mr. Rogers, but with hot girls.
Oh my God, it's Kim Kardashian.
Oh my God! So happy you're here.
I'm smiling.
Uh,
I did this in the beginning of COVID.
Kim Kardashian.
Kim
Is she
Kardashian,
West?
everyone.
No, she's back to Kim.
no,
Kardashian.
she's Kim Kardashian West.
Is she still?
KKW.
Even though she's done with him.
Yeah, because she's gonna keep the last name because of the kids. She's a Libra,
Man.
everyone.
I don't get it, y'all.
She's a Libra, y'all.
She's a Libra. Yeah.
Kim Kardashian West, everyone. I mean, I'm so honored that she made an appearance. Well, we were discussing T. Our T had messages for us and,
Yeah.
you know, your tarot reading.
Yeah.
And your tarot reading said you need to switch perspectives.
I need a new perspective. Yeah.
Which is?
I think it's evolving every day. I don't really know what's happening, but I know that these dead people who are visiting me are teaching me lessons.
Okay.
And like different lessons depending on how many times I tell the story, because I do all of my processing by talking. Like right now. With my therapist, with, you know,
friends,
myself, with my friend, a lot with my friends, a lot with you. And my yeah, and like I've had these visitors. Actually, I really want to talk. I want to talk more about the dead people visiting me.
Please elaborate.
Okay, so
this is going to be a special segment of the Horacle.
Yeah,
because I'm like loving. I want to know about this. I want to know more about this.
Yeah. So Channy Nicholas did a chart reading for me 6 or 7 months ago.
Channy. Okay.
And she was like, "Do you talk to dead people?" And I was like, no, that's my sister, because my sister's a death doula and a medium.
Right, that's right.
And she was like, oh, okay, well, all right. And she just moved on. But now dead people are starting to come at me. So I had this moment. I was going to stay at I was coming home after hanging out with you last weekend. We went to see an amazing show. We saw Copy Slut perform at Dromedary Bar in Bushwick.
We
it was
had the
amazing.
best time.
We had a really
Copy
fun...
Slut, please follow them.
Yeah.
We're going to put the name. The name will go right here.
Great band.
Yeah.
And I was staying at my friend's house, and she lives in this incredible penthouse. So, and it's like the 50th floor or something. And it was like, I don't know, 1 or 2 in the morning. I get back and I'm feeling really baked and nice. And I get into the elevator and I press PH, and the 25th floor button on the elevator was already lit up.
Okay.
So we're going up, and we get off. We stop at the 25th floor. Me. I stop at the 25th floor, and the doors to the elevator open. And it's the construction floor. There's nothing there right
Oh
now.
my God.
And I just felt
I'd
a
be
presence
shitting-
walk right in. And I was like, you're like, but you're just like in the elevator at night. You're like, I was just kind of like,
Welcome.
hey, like, you don't say hey to someone in the elevator, but you're just like,
You acknowledge.
and you acknowledge and you just let them, and you just chill there, and the elevator door closed. We went back up to the PH and it opened for me. And I was like, are they going to follow me? Are they not going to follow me? But I think that way all the time when I'm getting off the elevator. If anybody's with me, whether it's a spirit or whether it's a real person, I'm like, are they going to follow me?
Okay.
And I was kind of like nervous, but I was like, I did not feel afraid at all.
Okay.
I was like, ooh, that could be creepy, but that's just like New York City at night. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily it was a spirit. It's just scary getting off the elevator alone at night. And then it was fine. But it was very much like I was just riding the elevator with someone for a minute, for a couple floors. And then there's a couple encounters. And then I was sitting on my deck. It's always when I'm doing plant medicine too, right?
Well,
Yeah.
yes.
When I'm like connected and indulging. And when I'm open, when I'm relaxed.
Okay.
Like, because it helps me like take away all the anxiety. So then I am like talking to the moon, the Aries full moon. I'm telling all my secrets, telling what I'm working on,
Right.
making promises I can keep, all that good stuff, right? And then I just felt a spirit like coming up towards the deck, like wanting to come up the deck and talk to me, but the energy wasn't right. And I just was like, no. Wow. And it stayed there. It was like a sad energy. It was like, when someone's like coming up to you being like, I'm sorry, but they don't say I'm sorry.
Right.
Somebody kind of like some sort of like.
You were by yourself.
Yeah, I was by myself.
On your
alone.
deck.
Yeah, at night. In the woods alone, where I like it. And then like 2 nights ago, I'm home alone in bed. And this woman, I wake up and this woman's in my room and I'm like, what do you want? And she had like big hair and she was wearing like my pink silk robe.
Okay.
And
what did she I
don't know.
Who was she?
She had big hair. Well, I was realizing today, I was like, I think it was me, like in 20 years. I think it was
amazing. Future
yeah.
you.
And just kind of like, she was just kind of like waving her arm, like busy.
Was
And
she happy?
She seemed like annoyed, but Nomi was with me. And I was like, well, if Nomi's not freaking out, this is safe because Nomi protects me.
Yeah.
So
right.
if Nomi's freaking out, I know there's danger. But if Nomi's not freaking out, whatever the spirit isn't dangerous.
But I also feel like your gut would tell you.
That too, yeah.
No,
if anything, it was just like, why are you waking me up? I hate being woken up. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
I don't set an alarm. Like, I do not set an alarm.
How do you wake up?
My dog kisses me at 8:10 every morning.
What if you have to be up at a certain time?
Oh, I set an alarm.
I
But
set an
I try not to.
Oh, I set so many alarms.
Really?
I have like 3 alarms.
Really?
Yeah.
For every morning?
day. Yes.
Because you sleep, you snooze.
Yeah, well, yeah. I need to make sure I don't oversleep. I'm not a morning person. So
no.
Several alarms.
What's your morning ritual?
Usually I snooze the alarms and then my kids wake me up and then they're like, we're ready to go. And then I'm like, okay, go wait in the sala, living room, Spanish.
Yeah.
Go wait in the sala and I'm going to get up now. Wow. So then I wake up and it's usually, so when they wake me up, it's like right at sunrise and they're ready already.
What time is sunrise?
Like it's now, well, because the time is going to change next week. Yeah. But right now, sunrise is like 7 a.m. between 7 and 7:30. Okay. It's late because usually it would be earlier.
Right.
So then when they wake me up, I stare out my window and I watch the sunrise. I've been doing that now for several months, and it just like, I feel like, okay, now I'm going to get the energy from the sunrise for my day. Yeah. And it is like a very beautiful experience.
Does it like light up the building? Like, is it colors and pretty?
Yes. Oh my God, it's stunning. So it's like from the window that's right by my bed.
Yeah.
The sun comes up from that way, and it's like I see it peeking like from the buildings and like right above the little houses and the trees and like the clouds, and it's like fucking stunning. I mean, I cry with sunsets. We know this, but watching the sunrise and then when it's like fully out and like burning my eyes, I just feel like, okay, I'm getting charged, like the power, ready for the day.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that. I don't know what's gonna happen when the clocks change. Who's gonna wake me up for the sunrise?
Is it earlier or later? It's later.
It's gonna be,
Because you get up and it's like pitch black outside, right? I can't remember.
yeah. I don't know.
Who cares?
It's
I don't know.
fall, spring forward, fall
Back.
So the time is gonna. Anyway, it's Halloween weekend. Who are you channeling today in your costume?
Oh, I'm an intellectual.
Intellectual.
Yeah.
Got it. And I am channeling a grunge Wednesday with a chola hairstyle.
I like it. What do you
Yeah.
love about Wednesday Addams?
I identify with her a lot with the just lack of emotion. Sometimes it's just unimpressed. That's an air sign quality though. I wonder what Wednesday Addams, what sign she is.
Christina Ricci?
No, just
Like
a
Wednesday
character.
Addams. I don't know. I don't
Just
know
a
how to
character.
guess. I'm not good at guessing the signs, but
I'm not great, but I'm getting better. But she's for sure has air sign qualities.
I think so.
I would say
Unfeeling bitch.
I would say a Gemini because she's a know-it-all.
Right.
But there's also Aquarius because she's just Geminis would want to
she's
explain
weird.
to you. Aquarius don't even want to bother explaining shit to you. They're just weird.
I don't like explaining things to people unless it's
Aquarius.
on stage and it's comedy and I'm deciding how it's being told, but you didn't ask me. It's I'm going to tell you. I'm you could learn this
Okay.
somewhere else.
What's in your 9th house?
8th house is Aquarius, so Pisces.
Yeah, you're in another world. That's how you learn and explain things.
Yeah.
And also what's in your 3rd house?
What's one? One is Cancer.
Cancer,
right?
Leo, Virgo.
Virgo.
Oh my God.
What's my 3rd house?
It's
What is it?
education, siblings, neighborhood.
I used to be a very meticulous straight A student.
Virgo. That's Virgo vibes right there.
Insanely obsessive about perfect schoolwork.
Oh my God.
Until I graduated from high school.
Virgo.
And then I was no, I'm done. I'm going to just be a slut and get barely
Because it's so much more fun.
Because it was way more fun. And I realized I was grades don't matter anymore because now I'm in college. I did all of it to get into a good college. And
What
then
did you go to college for?
Russian literature.
And how'd that work out?
Хорошо.
Perfect. It worked out.
Yeah, it worked out great.
I love
loved
it.
college.
You'd
Yeah.
fit in this neighborhood.
Yeah. I know my Russian's terrible, but I don't know. I'm happy.
Why Russian literature?
Because I wanted to learn another language. Because
Okay.
I already took high school Spanish and I speak French, right?
Okay.
And then I was I only want to go to class Tuesdays and Thursdays. I didn't want a 3-day-a-week class, so I wanted a 2-day-a-week class, and I wanted it at this time of day. So I just looked at what classes were available that time of day, and it was Russian. So I was okay, I'm going to study Russian.
Wow.
So I ended up getting really into it, and then going to Russia. And
Wow. How is that?
Hating it. I didn't like it. I did not have fun.
I mean,
It was tough. It was so alienating. It was a hard time in my life.
did you
Being
went by yourself?
Yeah, no, I was in a class group.
Okay.
But you stay at a whatever. I just I was 19.
Yeah.
And I had just kissed a girl for the first time, and in Russia at the time it wasn't
I mean,
safe.
Pussy Riot.
yeah, it wasn't safe or
No.
cool. So I was what's happening? Why am I here?
I always wondered that about you. I was
yeah.
Russian literature.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just for
okay,
some-
intellectual.
Yeah. I like to think about everything.
No one would ever think that you've got those brains because
That's my
so much
best
beauty.
secret.
That's your best secret.
It's so interesting when people think you're stupid.
It's the what's your mug quote?
The best part of being hot is the constant underestimation. Yeah.
Ugh, it's so
Yeah.
good.
I like it when people project their shit onto me.
Oh my God.
And
And
to a
then
point,
you're
to a
blonde
point.
and you're blonde
Yeah.
and you're happy, you got
Yeah.
the best smile. People must think you are oh, she doesn't know anything. Especially guys at the club where they just
Yeah, it's amazing.
it's the best.
It's amazing. I don't know why people guess. I mean, I guess in certain work environments, it's frustrating when people underestimate you. But if you're always underestimated every single day of your life, there's like nobody to impress but yourself. And I think that's like,
So what
honorable
advice
pursuit.
would you give
Yeah.
to somebody watching right now that is constantly underestimated? This is mostly women. I mean, hello, we're talking to a woman right now. There is a woman right now watching our show who is sick and tired of being underestimated. How can she use that to her advantage?
she can change her perspective. She can see it as insight onto what this person thinks of her, what they value, what they're trying to get. Like when somebody judges you, they're telling you a lot about themselves.
Oof, a lot.
And it's really useful information. And for me, I find it amusing or entertaining. And like, yeah, sometimes it's infuriating, but like ultimately I think it's funny because like you kind of know how people are going to react.
Well,
And it's just like, it's funny to just watch people trip up on who they think you are.
well, also because you're very confident.
Yeah.
But what
Yeah.
if this person is not there yet with their confidence and they're really believing what this person thinks of them?
Why are you believing what other people think of you? Why does that matter? Well, this is something I can relate to. Why do I care so much about being liked?
There you go.
Right? Like why does it matter so much to me what other people think of me? Like why do I make choices based on how other people will talk about me? I do this. I am not better than anyone.
Well,
I do this. And I'm like, why?
it's a fear. The fear of rejection that humans experience is huge. Fear of rejection and then also fear of being judged. We don't want to be judged. And we know we're going to be judged because we're always judging,
Yeah.
whether we want to or not.
Yeah.
I had this conversation with my sisters the other day because people who are like perfectionists, and that's
Yeah.
your Virgo, how you were in school and
Yeah.
wanting things and meticulous. Why are you a perfectionist? Like, why does it have to be perfect? It's your fear. Virgos have a fear of being judged.
Yeah.
So they must execute perfection.
Judged in school for me in my third house.
Third house.
Yeah. I'll never forget the one teacher I had that didn't like me. Like that's my I was teacher.
No
I
teacher
was
liked me.
teacher's pet.
Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure it infuriated all of my classmates. I was such a teacher's pet. I just fucking loved doing good work at school. I mean, it's like a little worksheet, book reports. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I read the shit out of so many tiny little books.
What was it that a teacher told your mom?
Oh my God. This was in grade 1. Monsieur Claude said, Jackie does not enjoy group activity. She thinks that no one does any of the work and that everybody is stealing her ideas.
I love that.
And it's true because I didn't let anybody do any of the work.
Right, because
I was controlling everything.
Yep, that's that
And
Virgo
then-
third house.
And then I do have such an ego about my ideas. Totally. But now I see it as like it's just part of the cycle of being an artist because like I'm taking so many ideas from so many people who've come before me and I see other artists take ideas from what I've done and do cool shit with it, and it's just kind of like it's what being an artist is.
Yeah.
So I have, and it's more like it's more flattering now. But when I was younger, I was like, "You're copying me! Stop copying me!" I was so furious. Yeah, and it was, and now I love collaborating, but I need to be in charge. You know, like,
Yeah.
I'm not in charge entirely, but I like directing. I like the role being a leadership role, but I also like delegating all the responsibility because there's so much I can't do.
You're good at delegating.
Thank you. Well, I mean, I'm good at like knowing what I can't fucking do. And you're like, oh wow, I can't do that.
I
Let's
have
find
not
somebody who
reached that
can.
yet.
Yeah, because you free up a lot of space. Because it's like, what do you
Yeah.
want to focus on? Hiring a producer was the best thing I ever did for my creativity. Because
she's so good.
she's amazing.
She's so good.
Yeah, Janet Huey, love you, bitch.
We're talking
You're
about
amazing.
projects that we can't talk about yet.
Well,
but
we can talk about it. Well, we shot. All we can say is that we shot the pilot for Tuesdays with Brian.
Tuesdays with Brian. And
Yeah.
let's talk about that because that was a
Yeah.
lot of fun and it was a
Yeah.
life-changing experience
Yeah.
for me. You wrote, no, okay, we're going to start from the beginning. For those who don't know, Jacq created a character what, 2 years ago? 3 years?
Three.
3 years ago, around this time.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
His birthday's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian is a Scorpio.
Yeah.
We did his birth
Gemini
chart.
rising.
Gemini rising. So you created a character based on what? Tell us about Brian.
Brian is like Brian is a man in his mid to late 30s who works in finance, has everything. He's got a beautiful wife, he's got a kid, he's rich, but he has no self-esteem. He fucking hates himself and he doesn't know why. And he falls in love with Angelica, a stripper. And he starts to pursue a like existential quest on like how to be a better man. And he wants to be vulnerable and he wants to be woke, and he's just a man.
He wants to be liked.
He wants to be liked.
It's a reoccurring theme here, guys.
He wants to be liked, but he doesn't even like himself. So he's having a hard time with it.
That's deep.
Yeah. So Brian's on a quest and he meets a bunch of strippers.
I mean, Brian is amazing because Brian is so many customers.
Yeah.
I've had.
We all have a Brian inside of us also.
That's 100%.
We all have a deeply insecure average fucking dude inside of us.
Should we channel him more and be mediocre white dudes and get shit done?
Well, so this summer I was like, I had this revelation where I was like, I hate the man inside of me. And I just kept saying it with a smile on my face. I was like, I hate the man inside of me. And it was like, it was funny. It was funny to just accept it about myself. And I was like, oh my God, I want to heal this.
Yeah.
I want to heal this relationship with the man inside of me. So I do that with art projects and with my friends.
Right.
And with comedy.
Yeah.
It's my coping strategy.
Well,
as you pointed out.
Well, did Brian help you?
Brian is helping me.
Right.
I'm just getting started with Brian. But like Jacq the Stripper helped me for like 10 years, but like I'm not her anymore. She like took me so far, and like she's always going to be a part of me. But like she grew, you know, with me for a decade, and now I'm stepping into a new like character.
An intellectual.
I've been an intellectual this whole time, but now I'm really ready to like walk the walk.
So Jacq put together this amazing pilot. The minute I read it, I was like, oh my God. Like, when is this happening? What, like, we were at Georgia's Diner, which is where we have our breakfast meetings.
Yeah, for art camp. Business breakfast meetings.
I got a phone call one time. I was like, what do you want? I'm on a business breakfast meeting.
And that's what it was. 11:30 till 1:30.
Yes. And the script immediately, I was like, this is great, because it's exactly that. It's Brian finding out.
Don't know. You can't talk.
No, you can't talk about it. Yeah. So anyway, it's amazing. Yeah. And so we shot it, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
During Mercury retrograde.
During the retrograde. Jacq is ballsy.
I had an art show and my pilot.
Very ballsy.
Very ballsy. Retrograde. And it was fine.
It was fine. It was perfect.
Yeah, I was retrieving.
But you retrieved, there were a couple of roadblocks, and you retrieved from that and continued. Yeah, it was amazing. What else can we say about the weekend? Well, I'm not an actress.
No,
I've never been on a professional. I've been on professional sets before. I'm lying, but for writer. Yeah. Where I'm just like, I don't care, because I'm like on my phone.
No, that's stage momming. You're an actress.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. Oh, this is my whole point, is that everybody in the cast is a non-actor from the standpoint of show business directors. But the point I'm making is that every sex worker is an actor. So let's let them shine. We're all performing a role to
100%.
achieve a certain objective.
So Jacq brought back to life Monica.
Yeah.
My I don't even want to say alter ego. I just feel like me.
But I'd never seen her like that.
Yeah. But you saw her.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh, she's
the moment I
beautiful.
put on the dress
Yeah.
and I was in that dressing room, I was like, oh, she's here.
Yeah.
Who is Andrea? Who is Butterfly Mush?
Yeah.
I like took off my chains and everything. I was
Yeah.
like, Monica does not wear this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a character.
It really was great. But I
Yeah.
didn't feel I was playing a character, though. I felt I was playing myself.
Yeah, but like it's a side of you, kind of like I really feel like I have characters. Like Brian is a character, Mademoiselle Brenda is a character, Jacq the Stripper is also a character.
Of course.
And like at different, and I have like other characters that I don't like put on Instagram that are like my own shit. You know what I mean? Like I have characters with friends and stuff.
Right.
So, and it's just sort of a way to channel your energy in a different way, to show a
Yeah.
different side of yourself.
I guess I never called it a character. But I do that. You know?
Yeah.
Or also with
I mean, she has
clothing.
another name. She has another outfit.
She has another name.
She has a different energy.
But
Her
I was that
jewelry
person
is
for a really
different.
long time,
Yeah.
like 24/7. There was
Yeah.
no distinction. I never went to the club and was like, okay, let me pretend
Yeah.
to be this. That was who I was
Yeah.
all of the time.
Yeah.
And people so happened to call me Monica inside of an establishment. But outside of the establishment, my name was Andrea. And then I was still that same person.
Mm-hmm.
So it never felt like I was pretending to be someone else.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
see, I don't think it's pretending. I think it's channeling an authentic
channeling.
side of yourself. Because it's like I also have Summer, my stripper character, and like some people still call me that. You know what I mean?
Yes, some
and I
people
love
still call you
it. I
Summer.
love it because I'm like, yeah, she's still here.
I
Yeah.
I actually like the couple of friends that I have today that are like really good friends of mine. I met
Yeah.
at the club, and so I used to be known as like, oh my God, she travels by herself. So I had gone
Yes.
to India by myself, and then these two girls that I worked with, which were like, oh my God, they were waitresses at the club. They're like, we heard you just went to India. We want to go to Thailand. Do you want to come with us? And I was like, yeah. And I handed them a stack. I was like, book my flight. Let's
Oh
go.
my God. I love
We only
you.
knew each other in passing at the club.
Mm-hmm.
So then, whatever, 3 weeks go by and it's our time to go we meet at the airport at like whatever, crack of dawn for our flight. And we've only seen each other inside the club. We've never really hung out. And they were like, can we just call you Monica? I was like, absolutely not. I'm Andrea. Like, and because we weren't that close yet.
Yeah.
And today they're like one of my closest friends. But that story is always really funny because they only knew me inside the club, and they were like, can we just continue calling you that? I was like, no.
But you didn't. Why didn't you want that?
Because my real name, I never felt I was playing someone else. I always was like, I'm Andrea. I'm just going along with the stupid other name change because the club requires it. And in
Right.
fact, I hated when guys would ask, like, what's your real name? So
Yeah.
I made sure to choose a name that was so basic Spanish
Yeah.
girl
Yeah.
that they wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
So when I'd be like, Monica, and they're like, come on, what's your real name? I'm like, it's Monica. Like, you really think I'm going to come up with Monica? Like, look at me. Am I not? And they're like, oh, you're right. And then they would feel really special
Yeah.
that they knew my real name. Like, I don't have another name. I'm Monica. Oh, okay. I just didn't feel like I was a different person. So when they were like, can we call you Monica? I'm like, no, my name's Andrea and you can call me Andrea and this is who I am.
Yeah.
But that story is funny because they tried to like bring Monica on the trip.
What do you love about traveling alone?
My favorite thing in the world. Well, I said this on the other episode. I think everyone at some point should travel alone.
Mm-hmm.
You're with your own thoughts. And especially if you go to a country where you don't speak the language, it's like you are in a whole other universe by yourself.
Yeah.
Because you cannot communicate with anybody else. Like, you just have to talk to yourself and be in your thoughts, no matter where you go, no matter what's going on. Then you eat your meals by yourself. People are really afraid of eating alone. I find it like in restaurants. I worked in the restaurant industry for a long time, and people would always say like, oh God, look at that person alone. Or like, I would never eat alone. And like, what? It's amazing. You don't have to talk.
Amazing.
You can just eat.
And you order whatever the fuck you want.
Whatever
You
you
sit
want.
there. Oh my God, I have a couple places where I love to just like go and eat alone. And it's like, I
And
feel like
people
such
watch.
an established bitch when I do that. I'm like, this is from me. And it's like,
Right.
It's so good. I love eating alone. I
Yeah.
love doing
So
a
when
lot of
you
things
travel alone, that's just what you do, and you can do whatever you want. Because I've also have traveled with a large group of people, and that is very challenging.
Oh, I can't.
Because a million different people want to do
can't do it.
It's amazing, and I've had like great travel experiences with like 7 or 8 girls, and it's been amazing. But it's always like, okay, what are we doing? Oh, you want to do this? Oh no, wait, I want to eat this, and then I'm gonna work out before we go, and when you travel alone, you're just like, the world is your oyster, literally.
Where was the first place you went by yourself?
I went backpacking Europe.
Nice. What was the first? Where did you land into? What city?
Vienna.
Wow. And what did you think when you first like got off the plane?
I
Did you
just
have a
couldn't-
reservation?
No.
You just
I
like
did-
winged it.
Listen, I winged it, and it was
So where'd you
highly
go?
irresponsible.
Where'd you go?
I flew into Vienna, and then I needed to take a train all the way to the south of France to meet a person there. And then I was just like, with very little money.
Yeah.
This was like before the euro
Yeah.
was higher than the dollar. So I was balling on $37, I think.
Yeah.
And and I knew I had to, like, from the airport, I had to go to there was like 2 like train terminals, like Grand Central Station, but they have like a very specific name. And I remember like I learned that, and I was like, oh, okay. Because that's all I needed to say was like, this place, this location, like, how do I get here? And then they told me what bus to get on. Then I got on the bus, but like doing all of that by yourself, not speaking the language, I want to say 20, 19, like,
Yeah.
it's exhilarating.
Yeah.
It's exhilarating. And then I bought my train ticket, and then like just took the train like through the Alps. It was fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, you can't like, scroll your phone. You just got to look out the window.
There were no phones really
No,
back
me
then.
neither.
It wasn't like that.
Amazing.
The first time I went to India by myself, I did go with the first iPhone that ever came out. And so I was balling in India with my iPhone. But before that, like, there were no phones. I would buy Lonely Planets, the book. You buy that big old book. And you go everywhere with it.
You tote it around and you cover it up if you don't want people to know that you're a tourist.
Oh my God, I never even did that.
Everyone knew.
Everyone knew. Look
I would
at
try
me.
to look
I
at
stand
maps
out
in the
everywhere I
back.
go. Like I never covered it up, and then I would highlight and like underline places.
Yeah.
This was like before phones, and that's how I went to India without a reservation. I landed at 4 a.m, and I opened up my Lonely Planet and told the cab driver, I'm like, I'm going here.
Yeah.
And the cab driver was like, you're alone? You shouldn't be in a cab at 4 a.m. by yourself. Did you hear like all the horrible things that happened to these American girls? I was like,
You're like, you're not helping.
No.
Take me to this fucking hotel.
There was another person in the cab too. It was
The amount of people who tell me that what I'm doing is dangerous and they're all like predatory dudes.
Yep.
I'm like, what are you telling
Why
me
are you
about
telling
yourself
me this right now?
Yeah.
I was in that cab
Yeah.
by myself, and he was the driver, and he had his friend on like duty with him. And then I remember, because I never worry, and then I remember being like, should I be worried?
Right.
And like, I didn't tell anyone I landed safely. It's 4 a.m. in India. Like,
You didn't have to do that back in the day. Now it's like, I fucking took a shit. I'm safe. Love you. Bye. Like, everyone's like keeping tabs on everything. Like, is it necessary?
I did put myself in really dangerous situations.
Me too.
Though. Very dangerous
I did some dumb shit.
situations. With handsome men. Very handsome men, but very dangerous.
Yeah. Disarmingly persuasive. They are. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Nicaragua. That was the first. Well, I first went to Costa Rica when I was 19. That was my first solo trip ever.
Oh, wow.
I also
Okay.
I had an itinerary, but I just ditched it all and went hitchhiking. And then I met this guy in Costa Rica, and he was going to Nicaragua, and I'm like, yeah, I'll go to Nicaragua.
Where was he
tell
from?
him, Denmark.
Okay. Love those guys. I feel like they're nice. Was he not nice?
No, he was great. Oh my God,
I'm telling you, they're nice.
Do you want to know something bad that I'm like afraid to say, but it's gonna be funny? He was a white boy with dreadlocks.
With
And they were
what?
so long. He was a white boy with dreadlocks.
Oh.
And we were fucking. He was on top of me. His dreadlock hit my face. And I was
You're
like,
like-
you shouldn't have dreadlocks.
You shouldn't have dreadlocks, but they work right now.
They weren't good. They were like white boy dreadlocks. They were bad.
I mean, but he was I bet he was like a backpacker,
He was
right?
hot. He was hot.
Listen.
Anyway, so I went with this guy to Nicaragua because that's where he was going. And I told my mom, I was like, hey, I'll be in Nicaragua. See you, bye. And I didn't email her back for like 10 days. And I told her I was going to Nicaragua. And I ended up at a hostel. And she somehow found me.
How?
She called every fucking hostel in the whole fucking country. She's like, where are my daughters? She almost called Interpol on me. Yeah, I will never do that again. Like, I let her, I think I was dead for like 10 days. She was terrified. Because Nicaragua is like the climate, the political climate of Nicaragua is a lot more stressed out than Costa Rica, which has like no official military and has like officially declared peace. You know what I mean? Like, it's a different vibe. I did get sexually assaulted the moment I set off the train there. I was fine. I mean, it's like
no, for women, we're like, oh yeah,
fine.
no, it's totally
like,
normal.
Oh, another guy put his hands up my shorts. Great. I guess I'm just having
living an everyday life. Yeah,
it's fucking trash. It's fucking trash, but it was my reality. So
your mom,
my poor mom, terrified. So I don't do that anymore. I like tell her where I'm going.
My mom doesn't.
No,
she would not have found me. She wouldn't.
It's crazy that she found me because I got back to the hostel one day after like going out. She was like, they were like, Jacqueline. I'm like, yeah. They're like, your mother's been calling, and I'm like,
oh my god.
Because I knew like if my mother found me, I was like, how does she know I'm here? Like, don't fuck with a mother.
Right.
Don't fuck with a mother.
Don't. Well, my mom is not that type of mom.
Yeah.
But my mom has the same. I think I got this from her. There is not like a worry bone in her body. My mom does not worry that something bad is going to happen ever. Like, I've done crazy shit, and I think on that trip to Europe I was like, bye, I'm leaving. She was like, okay.
Does she do that other thing where she just pretends things aren't happening?
She like she does.
It's one or the other with moms,
because
right?
the thing is that she doesn't want to like know, and then she won't worry. She's just like, I'm
the same way.
She's an Aquarius rising.
Is she? I'm just like out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind. But that's how she is with myself and my sister.
Is that called neglectful parenting?
But my brother, she's not like that with my brother.
Oh, she has.
So she always said, I mean, that's her baby boy. And if you're watching Anthony, cover your ears. She always says, I'm not because I always tell him, like, it's weird to see you worry about someone because you're not a worrier. And she's like, I don't worry about you. I feel like you'll be fine. Yeah. But like with Anthony, that's like her baby boy. So she's like, but like I worry about. I'm like, he's a 6'3" giant 29-year-old man. He's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, she doesn't. So she never worried all of the crazy travels. Meanwhile, when he was in the Navy, she was a mess. I'm like, you realize I've been in terrible situations out in the world. And she just was like, I wasn't worried about you. I figured you'd be okay. But I'm the same way. Like, I never think bad things are going to happen. And I put myself in these, I think back now, like the shady situations
you don't want to call that shit in.
Right.
You don't want to call that shit into your life. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Okay. That's what that is.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Because I'm not worried. Nothing's
Do you know some people who only focus on the bad things happening and what are their lives like?
Yeah, you're right.
It's all about your perspective.
I think I might need some perspective glasses.
Do you want me to do your makeup? Do you have eyeliner? This is just eyeliner.
I don't.
I could paint different kinds of shades. You always wear sunglasses. You should try this.
Well, I have. I mean, listen. No, I have
perspective. Oh my god! Hi.
Hi. I have a different perspective here. I mean, I have a different perspective every time I put on different shades. I just put on, for those of you listening, I just put on really gaudy sunglasses.
They're beautiful.
I love these.
Yeah.
They make me feel expensive, and they make me feel like Jackie O meets Cardi B, and like I'm untouchable.
Yeah.
I'm untouchable.
Yeah.
That's the vibe.
I like it.
But I don't need the glasses. I have the perspectives in my head.
Is it?
Yeah.
What fresh perspective are you trying on? Wait, can we ask questions to the?
We can, but then
it doesn't work. It's being
hear.
recorded. No. Okay.
No, it's annoying. I'm only, I'm working my way up to getting more mics and having
Don't
a
worry
round
about it.
table.
No,
We're
this
gonna
is
have
great.
a round table.
Yeah. This is
Are you?
profesh.
Listen, my setup is profession. I know that I saw you looking. By the way, we have an audience member, a very special audience member. Her name's Rachel, and she's here, and she looks amazing. I saw you looking for the rest of my crew members. They are not good crew members, and I had to put them away because they're so distracting to me when I'm recording, and they come in the plants and they jump around and they get in the cables.
Animal.
So if you would like to say hi to those crew members, that's gonna happen. They're in my bedroom.
You'll have a kitty cat segment.
Yeah, a kitty. Well, listen, I can't. Like every time, last time I was recording, every 5 seconds, I was like, "Oh, he's in the cable. Get him out!"
No.
And it was just
Distraction.
distracting.
Yeah.
So
Waste of time.
I gave him the
Waste
day
your
off
time.
today.
Yeah.
I said, you guys could take the day off. But yeah, traveling alone. That's my favorite thing about traveling alone is you really are just on your own in another universe.
Yeah.
You can't do that when you're in your hometown or when you're like in your neighborhood or in your, like if people speak your language or your friend calls you, then you're that person in relation to whatever social surrounding.
Yeah.
You're not authentically yourself. I think.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, because
You
we're
need to
all
lose yourself to find yourself, sort of thing.
100%. We are all influenced by everything around us. So, I'm a little bit Russian Jewish now in this neighborhood.
Okay, so wait, what are your main influences right now? Like the 3 main influences in your life? Forces. Answer that however you want.
Is this the Venn diagram we talked
I
about
don't
before?
know. Just like
You gave me that idea, and I always like.
of the characters that you want to be.
The characters.
Oh my God, what are they? What's your
Okay.
Venn diagram?
My Venn diagram is. Shit, I forgot the third one, but
Whatever,
it's
it
Ashley
can change.
Longshore, the artist.
Yeah,
If you don't
yeah.
know who she is, I mean, you should because she's amazing. Maleficent,
Yes.
gotta throw that in there. And then
Yes.
who was my third one? Shit. I forgot my third one, but I would say my third one would be like Cardi B or it was J Lo. Sorry, it was J Lo. But it's like the third one is like aesthetically who I identify with the most.
J-Lo?
J Lo, Cardi B.
Yeah.
Oh no, or was it Rihanna? It's like a J Lo, Cardi B, Rihanna.
Right. Goddess.
J Lo, Cardi, Rihanna.
Nail goddess.
Right.
Nail goddess.
That's who's yours?
Right now, it's always changing. I'm going to say John Waters.
Okay, you're on John
Sharon
Waters for a while.
Stone.
Gave me a little Sharon Stone there.
And me in 6 months.
Future you.
Yeah, future me. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
You know what's
Yeah.
crazy? I started this meditation maybe like 2 years ago. This specific meditation on what's that app I like? I forgot. We're not going to give them any advertising because they're not paying me yet. So the meditation like talks about envisioning your future self, right? Like how you want to look, how you want to feel, like the vibe that you get. So then you are walking down a beach or a forest, like whatever you prefer, and then you see that person like walking towards you.
Yeah.
And they walk but so you have to really like visualize, like hardcore visualize, and then you see that person and then they're walking towards you and it's like, oh, it's you in 6 months or a year, whatever you prefer. And I was doing that one a lot. I think I did it for like a year straight.
Wow.
For a year straight because I really, really liked this girl's voice. I think she was Australian. So then like just the voice, and it would like really soothe, and I would do this every night before bed. And the other day I was thinking, well, I wanted to go like with like physical attributes. This was 2 years ago when I cut my hair super short. So then I was like, future me is going to have like long, wavy, wild hair. Like it was something I noticed about future me. And she's just going to be this like vibe and this like energy. It was like very specific, but like, it's like hard to put into words because you're just like visualizing stuff. And then the other day I was like, oh my God, I haven't done that meditation in a while. And then I was like, holy shit, I'm that person. That was, I like look like that person that I was visualizing, and I have that vibe. It's hard to explain, but
No, I think you just nailed it.
I nailed it.
I think you
yeah.
did. Yeah.
It's a good
Congratulations.
exercise. Yeah. And I'm here now.
You're that wild woman.
That wild woman.
Good for you.
Yeah.
When did you start visualizing that image? How many years ago was that? How old were you?
That was 2 years ago.
2 years. That's impressive.
Yeah. 2 years ago. And I feel like I never purposely did that before.
Yeah.
I was kind of just like living life,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really think about like what I wanted the future to be like or future self to be like. Then when I started getting specific, like when I tell you guys, I was specific, even like what she was wearing. Like she's got this cool style.
What was she wearing?
Stuff I wear now.
Yeah, but what? Tell me the picture.
She was wearing these like Levi's, like high-waisted Levi's, but then
Yeah.
they're like baggy towards the end. And she's wearing this like a crop top, obviously, which I
Yes.
love. But it
Yeah.
was like kind of loose in the bottom. And then like this part of her was just like fun.
Yes.
But it was her energy, her vibe. And then the meditation tells you like this person sits down with you and like tells you everything that they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, man, future life is amazing. Like you do this and you do this and you have your own show and you're doing this and you're painting and you sold all these paintings. Like, so you have to have this conversation in your head of what future self is telling you.
Yeah.
And at first you're like, this is silly because you can't think of things to say. But the more you do it, like after a while, it was like a script. Like I was
Yeah.
like, sit down, like, bitch, you're going to have a show and you're going to do this and you're going to do
Yes.
that. Like, and it was like funny to me because I forgot about it for a while. And then
Because you were busy becoming it.
becoming it, of course.
Yeah.
And then I thought about it the other day and I was like, oh my God, I'm that girl.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Good for you.
It's a fun exercise. I think you guys should try it.
I love doing visualization meditations.
Yes.
I did them when I was young too, without even realizing it.
Did
I
you?
would just
Okay.
like go to sleep imagining what my perfect like life looked like.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever purposely did it, except for that email I sent myself in 2009.
It's a good one.
That was a good one.
Tell us about that.
In 2009, I was a wild lady. And I don't know who gave me that website, but it's a website that it's like, hey, we can send you an email 10 years from now. And so I wrote myself an email December 31st, 2009. So right on the verge of, 2010 and whatever. And I wrote all this shit in the email that at the time I was joking. It was a joke to me. Like I was like, ha ha ha, this is so funny. And am I gonna start crying? Maybe. Cause it's like, so then I forgot about it. I go and live my life. I have children. I get married. I like do all this shit in 10 years. And then in January 1st, 2020, I wake up not hungover because at this point I'm not drinking anymore. So it was like a great January 1st and I'm like fresh. And I open up my email and there's this email and it's like, I don't know what it says, like from you or something. And I'm like, oh, and I open it and it all like the moment I started reading it all started coming back to me. It was like, dear future self, I hope you are still living a really fabulous life, doing whatever the fuck you want and not letting anyone tell you what to do. I hope this was before I had kids and before I was taking my art career seriously too. I hope you are painting a lot of paintings and selling them for a lot of money. Check. I hope you are raising your kids however you want to raise them, not letting anyone else tell you how to raise your kids. Check. this part is a bit comical because why would I even say this? I hope all of your baby daddies get along. I was like, what the
You're
fuck?
like,
Shit-ish, you know, like, and then
Let's
it was
just
like,
dot that little box.
we'll dot it. But I
Yeah.
mean, why did I think I was gonna have multiple baby daddies? It
knew.
was like, and then it was just like, I hope you traveled a lot. I hope you're traveling a lot. I hope you're living. The gist of the email was like, I hope you're still doing whatever the fuck you want and you answer to no one and you are still unapologetically you. And I was reading this email crying. I just started crying. I was like, oh my God. And Gary was like, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm really living it, guys. Like I couldn't believe it. Because you don't ever stop to think right now you're living what you wished for in the past. Like we don't stop. We're so busy with our lives. I couldn't I'm like, oh my God, I nailed it. This is insane. This is crazy. I have my 2 kids and I'm raising them in such a specific way and I'm
Just
selling
cool
my
to
paintings. And so I wrote myself a letter for 2030.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah. Ryder wrote himself a letter for when he's 8. So this was 2020. So he was 8. So he'll read it when he's 18.
Cool.
How cool is that? Like, I feel like we should do that more.
Yeah. I find my old journals to myself. I never used to read them, but I've been keeping a journal since I was like 7.
Yeah.
And I just started rereading them last eclipse season. And going back and just cracking it open, not going through the whole thing, but just having a look is like insane. It will give you a whole breadcrumb trail of like what you're supposed to do to figure your shit out. It's like, I feel like my art saved my life in that capacity. Like whenever I was working through something, I'd look back at my old shit and I was like, oh my God, this is what I have to do. Without even consciously realizing that you're doing this for yourself. Because I'm just writing. Because my writing, I do morning pages, like 3 pages every morning I have for, I don't know, forever.
You're so good at that.
Yeah, I can't not do it. I have to do it every day. Occasionally I won't, but yeah, and I don't think about the writing. The writing isn't good. It isn't funny. It's like today I had breakfast, I had a banana. Like it's just a very matter of fact kind of observation of what's going on in my life.
Yeah.
It's not for anybody but myself. And I never thought I was going to read it, but oh my God.
I used to do
So
that a lot. I
helpful.
stopped right before college. I don't know. I think I got really busy.
It's just part of my morning ritual. It's part of my
your
me
morning
time.
ritual.
It's coffee at the dining table, looking out the window, or if it's nice outside, I sit outside
Yeah.
with my coffee. I have a whole glass of water first. Then I take out Nomi, drink water, make coffee, drink coffee, write in journal, and then I do my day. It's like a 45-minute ritual.
I do not have a morning ritual like that because
You do. Your kids make you coffee. That's
Yeah,
a ritual
but-
that you have outsourced.
I
That's
feel
good.
guilty about my morning ritual.
You
all the
should
time.
not. You should celebrate.
I'm
that
not a
you're
morning
raising
person. I have a
capable
night
boys.
ritual.
Yeah,
and I
okay.
do things
There
at
you go.
night. And
Yeah.
I like in the morning, I'm just not. It takes a minute for me to like
Yeah.
get going. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't have. I want to be those people that wake up really early and like work out. I have friends that they finished their workout by 6 a.m.
Wow.
and that's like
Yeah.
amazing.
Good for them.
Good for
For them.
I mean, and they finish their workout by 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And from 6 to 7, they like make a healthy breakfast, and then they showering, they get ready, they start their day. I want to be that person so bad, but I'm not, and I love who I am.
There you go.
Too much.
Good. You have your own vibe. You have so many rituals. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, I have other rituals, but I do know. I thought having kids that I was going to become a morning person and that I was just going to become this amazing morning person that was going to get so much done in the
Yeah.
morning. And I will tell you all this. My kids go to school from 8 to 2:30.
Mm-hmm.
By the time it's 2 and I have to go pick them up, I have accomplished nothing. I have done nothing. I sit and I drink my coffee and
that's your ritual.
I'm not in that. I'm not creative. I am not in the mode to do anything. I get things done if I absolutely have to. If I have a deadline for painting, I will get it done. It's not like I can't. I can force myself and drop the kids off at 8:30, come home and continue painting at 9 a.m. I can. Is that what I want to do? No. And I am a firm believer in like not doing things you don't want to do.
Yeah. If it's not fun, I don't want to do it.
I just have set my life in a way where I don't do things I don't want to do anymore. Like if I don't want to do a project, I'm at that point now, thankfully, that I can say no to certain things. But like because I learned my lesson, if I say yes just because I need the money and I end up stuck in a project, I'm so miserable.
Yeah.
You've been on the phone with me after I've been like, okay, I don't know why I said yes to this.
We've all been there.
And so I don't like that feeling. And I remind myself like, no, we are only going to do the things we want to do. And I don't like doing anything in the morning besides like I like to stare at the sunrise.
Yeah.
I like to have about 5 cups of coffee. And then it's like 1:30. I'm like, oh shit, gotta get dressed and go get the kids.
That's a beautiful ritual. That's lots of me time. Good for you.
Yeah. But then trust me, I'm very busy and productive in the second half of the day.
Oh, I know.
And then I go to bed really late. Yeah. And then I go to bed really late.
Yeah.
But it's because and then I'll be tired, like, because when you're a mom, you do a bunch of things in like regular hours. So by like 9:30, 10 p.m., I'm exhausted. And then a wave of energy. I swear to God, it's the craziest thing. Because I'll say to myself, like, you know what? After I put the kids to sleep at 9:39, I'm like, I'm gonna go to sleep at 9. Why not? Who says you can't? And I'll lay in bed. Like the other day, I was like, I had to do posters for the bake sale for the school. After I came back from hanging out.
Really?
I was like,
that's when I had my
your experience. Well, I was like, I'm going to go to sleep. I could do them in the morning. Like there's no rush. She doesn't need them for another couple of days. Mm-hmm. And I laid down and I was like, nope, we're doing posters at 2 a.m. It's what we do. And I came out here and like Gary woke up like hours later and he was like, oh my God, I didn't even know you were home. I was out here painting posters. I'm very nocturnal.
Yeah.
And I thought that was going to change and it never did.
It's your time.
It's my time.
It's your time.
But there's something amazing about a house full of sleeping people. It's not the same as an empty house.
No.
It's like got this vibe of like everyone's here and everyone's really cozy. Mm-hmm. And I feel like they contribute to like a really soothing, calm vibe.
A safe nest.
Yeah.
It feels really nice being here when the kids are asleep. Like now.
Right.
And
my children are sleeping.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
And like it's just
I think that's
cozy.
an important part of the show you're making. Is that like you shoot this when your kids are sleeping.
They are fast asleep.
Door.
Fast asleep.
This is the beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Bronx beat.
This is the beat. Yeah. Tell me about your manicure.
Okay, so
show the camera.
I'm doing witchy vibes.
This is my Scorpio season business bitch manicure. Yeah,
because you didn't have nails for a while.
Oh, it was like 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Horrible.
How did that feel?
Shitty. Like it was. I was trying to embrace it. I was like, maybe this is just where I'm at.
Maybe this is the new me.
Maybe this is the new me.
So she didn't have nails because she was in
Brian.
Because of shooting
I was being Brian.
Tuesdays with Brian.
Yeah. So I took all my nails off, and then I wrote myself a note one night. I don't know what I was watching on TV, but I was watching something bitchy, and I just wrote my journal so that my next morning pages I would see the note. I don't usually do this, but this was an emergency. And Sharpie, I wrote, "Bitch, get your nails done." But I went the next day.
And you went
My nail tech, who never acknowledges me ever. She's like just busy. She's business. She does a great job. She doesn't talk to me. And she just looked at them and she's like, "What happened to your nail?" Like she never says anything to me. And I was like, "It was for a role."
It was for, you loved saying
Oh
that.
my God. I didn't even say that. I said it was for work, but in my head I was like, it was for a
It was
role.
for a
I'm like, all I
role.
want to do is say it was for a role.
I love it. I love it.
I'm shaving my head and going to India
For a role.
This is my whole life. Characters. That's what I do.
That's
I do
what you
every.
do.
It's all for the role.
You know, I tried doing the no nail thing last year around this time.
Yeah.
Because I also was like, I'm going to be super frugal and I'm going to save money because I want a house.
And have less self-esteem.
Yes. And I'm going to not do my nails anymore.
Yeah. Less self-esteem.
And
For me.
for me too.
Like,
It's like
hi. Well,
hiding my nails. So I went a couple weeks without the nails and my nail girl like hit me up and was like, "What's up? When am I seeing you?" And I was like, "Babe, I'm trying to save for a house and I'm going to cut this expense." She was like, "Absolutely not. You're absolutely not doing that. When can you come in next week?" And she knows too that this is just like, it gives me so much life. Mm-hmm. I've been going to her since the beginning of 2018. And I always do stories about how I feel after I get my nails done. Or even while she's doing my nails, she like yells at me because when she does one hand and she's working on the other, I'm just like moving so much from admiring my nails. And it's like as if it was the first time this woman had did my nails. I'm just like, oh my God. I mean, this is, and she just cracks up. She's like, your reaction every time it's like as if it were the first time you got your nails done by me. I really just love her work. She's a true artist. And
what's her Instagram?
Her Instagram is I am Laylo. I'm going to add that on here. But here's the best part about my 5-hour sessions with her. It's very long. She takes a while because she is very meticulous about her work, like the shape and the art. She's an artist. All we do is talk about astrology. All we do. The moment I walk in, she's like, "Here, pull up my chart." She pulls it up on her phone, and then I just like analyze it.
Yes, that's what you're good at.
And she's an Aries, so that's my sister sign.
What does sister sign mean?
You know, I'm still finding out, but because I've been reading a lot about it. So sister
opposite?
sign, yes, it's the opposite sign from your sign. So it's on the opposite side of the chart, a circular chart, and they have the opposite qualities of your sign, but in a way that it complements. For example,
No, I know the.
yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so Aries and Libra. I'll use myself as an example. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and they are impulsive. They like to start shit. Like they just have like that fire. It's a fire sign, and they have that like fire about them. Like this is all about me, and I'm here. Like me.
Mars and Aries. I get it.
Yeah, that's how you are about your work.
Yeah.
And Libras are very much like people pleasers to a fault. Like me in relation to you.
Yeah.
Like how am I, but with you around, and like. We're all about relationships and being around people or having the people around us almost like identify parts of ourselves. Like we do that a lot. And so it's an Aries and a Libra can complement each other in that way where like Libras can show Aries how to look at like, hey, like let's look at how you and I can work together. And Aries can show Libras how to be like, fuck everyone else, think about yourself for once.
Right.
You know?
I like that.
Taurus.
So it's like your half birthday? Is it like, would it be October? Or
Half
It's
birthday,
so
I like
it's
that.
the sign that is so I believe it's Scorpio is yours. Let's tell everyone how art camp started. Well, I'll give a little preview on art camp, and then you can tell us how it started. Well, I want to talk about too how we met. How did we become good friends? I'll talk about that. I think I have it clear in my mind. I'm not quite sure, but it was through Instagram because we like missed each other at the club. We missed each other working at the same club, but I don't know if you had followed me or if I saw you on the Explore page, but I can't. That part's not clear. But I remember seeing it was early on illustrations. It was the comics. So Jacq had these comics, and it was like Jacq the Stripper makes these comics, but there were no pictures of you, nothing. So I'm like, who is this? Is this a dude making these amazingly accurate comics of experiences in the club? Like, I was very confused. And then you posted, I'm following this account because they're hilarious, the comics. And you posted a picture of the photo shoot in the dressing room.
Yeah.
At the club, at Sapphire. And I was like, oh my God, we work together. Who is this person? I need to know everything about. Like, I just couldn't believe, like, I guess because when you see people on Instagram or you see accounts on Instagram, that person doesn't truly exist outside of your phone.
Yeah.
You know?
You and the shitter.
Yeah. Like, it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
And so you were just, Jacq the Stripper, it was just a square with a comic that made me laugh. And that's it. I didn't think much about the person outside of that. And then when I saw that photo and Jacq is looking fabulous with the longest legs I've ever seen, sitting in the dressing room of a club I worked in for years, I was just like, she's tangible. Oh my, I need to become her best friend immediately. Oh my God. What? This is amazing. Cupcakes.
Oh my God.
Oh, you are amazing. There's nothing in them, right? I'm not.
No.
Oh, okay, good.
No, they're just.
Oh my God.
And
Rachel, thank you.
Or something?
thank you. No, I'm gonna just grab one.
Eat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's fucking eat. Oh my
We just got treats. We just got some cupcakes.
Yeah.
So that's when I knew, I'm like, okay, she's a real person, and I need to like be her friend. Like, I need to know everything about her. So then I went to a comedy show. I went to one of your shows.
Did we meet?
Yes.
Okay.
I went to one of your shows, and then that's how we like spoke.
Right.
But
I was a fan of you. We had mutually followed each other.
It
for
almost
a
felt
minute.
like once we spoke in person, it felt like
we'd
we were
already known
already
each other.
friends, and
Yeah.
we had already worked at the club
we
at
were
the same
vibing
time.
immediately.
We were
Yeah.
vibing.
We went to the same sorority.
Right.
We were
Exactly.
sorority
We were
sisters, yeah.
sorority sisters.
Because I remember our first hang to me was when you said I need art assistant volunteers. And we came and we helped you like get all the paint drips around your pan.
But I had already gone
trade.
to your art show. I had already gone to a comedy show of yours.
Oh, okay. No, but that was the first time we hung out. Because at a comedy show,
Yes.
I'm not chilling.
Right,
I am
exactly.
like on. But this was when I just like came to support you. I guess it's like the supporting each other thing. It's kind of what like solidifies a friendship. It's like, yeah, you came out to support me and I really appreciated that. And then I had the opportunity to come out and support you. And then it was just sort of like pals.
So I put out a call. I'm like violently eating this cupcake. Sorry.
That was really good.
I put out a call on my Instagram that I needed art assistance
Looks my outfit.
for. Oh, it matches. I was doing this project at this restaurant in the city where I was painting a shit ton of paint cans, and it was like this art installation type thing, and I needed help with that. I didn't even know really like what I needed help with. I just knew I needed hands because it was a lot of cans.
And I love to help hot women.
And I put out the call, and Jacq is like, I want to be your assistant. I'm coming. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, a celeb is coming to be my art assistant. This is amazing. And you did.
Yeah. We rolled up. It was fun.
it was fun. We were like mixing the paint, and we had to pour paint on the outsides of the can, so the cans were all white. I had already spray painted them all white, and then the paint had to like be pouring outside of the can.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, so that
Drip
it looked.
marks.
And I did that, and we did that, and that's it. It was like instant
friendship. And then art camp emerged.
Your birthday was, I think, the first
Well, it
one.
was kind of like after I moved upstate. It was maybe the first, because art camps, I think it was the first summer I was there.
But weren't you there? Wasn't your birthday the first time?
I don't know. The details don't matter. But the second I moved upstate, I was like, I want to have people up and I want to like do creative things. And then we had an art camp in August, and we just called it art camp. It was a couple of girls who came up to hang out.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's do arts and crafts and support each other. And everyone just sort of brought something, and it organically became
Right.
art camp. Like everyone brought something, whether it was art supplies or like mind altering substances.
I remember for
or
the first
food to
one, I
cook.
brought so many art supplies because
You brought your whole art studio. It was amazing.
being the Libra that I am,
Yeah.
I couldn't decide what to bring, and I
Yeah.
didn't know what you had or didn't have.
Right.
And so I was like, can never be too prepared. I mean,
was
you got to
great.
bring every color.
Yes.
Like, you don't know what mood you're in.
No.
How do I know if I want to paint with red or yellow in
Yeah.
like 2 days? I need to, and I brought bags on top of bags
A lot of
of
stuff.
like paint and brushes. And then little did I know she had everything there. Like,
I had a lot of art supplies.
yeah, you have a lot of
Because
art
I've
supplies.
received a lot of art supplies as gifts and as donations. So I have so much art supplies.
Yeah.
But it was a great weekend.
It
It
was
was
so
really
good.
magical and fun and exploratory. And it was not that structured. Like it became this whole thing.
But
that
it's
we
not
now
a
talk
thing.
about it. It is a thing. But I
No,
like
I mean,
hearing
it is, but it's not structured at all.
It's
We
not
go
that
there and we're
structured.
just like
Hang
hanging
out.
out.
hang out. But when you call it art camp, it just becomes something a little bit better. It just does. Because then
It
it's kind
does.
of like it's 2 nights, it's 3 days. It's like there's usually a nature component and
Cooking component.
we all cook together, which I really
which
like.
is great.
And there's always some sort of weird witch ritual.
Yeah, we do. I throw in
Yeah.
my witchery has grown from this practice, from art
Yeah.
camp, because I always had these things within me, but I didn't like express them to other people. I just was like, yeah, I would one day like to do a spell or something.
Yeah.
And then I like mentioned it to you for one of the camps. I was like, should we do a spell? I know this jar spell I want to do. And you were like, yeah. I was like, all right, I'm bringing I brought like jars
Yeah,
for
you did.
everyone. And we like did this amazing spell. That was the first time I did it with other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had other people and I was just like, we were doing like magic. It was like
Mm-hmm.
empowering, and we wrote down things and we burned things and we sat under the stars and like lit candles and
Yeah.
watched the wax. Like
Yeah.
it was amazing. After I did that, I was like, oh my God, I was a witch this whole time and I didn't fucking
Yeah.
know. Jesus. Like, oh my God. I
you
totally
gotta
came
find
into
your
power.
coven.
Yeah.
You know, when you start to connect with people and you can just sort of like be yourself and expand in ways that like
Amazing.
you're supported, it's really exciting. And I think that's what art camp is showing up as you are and everyone just sort of helping you like play with that and be in it without any expectation and just
Yeah.
like having a good time.
Yeah. My witch knowledge has grown a lot since we started art camp. And it just like I'm more curious and I want to learn and I do research and I don't think you have to like, there's no such thing as like unofficial witch or like not. I think everyone has it in them. Like we do rituals, like you were saying, your morning ritual, that's
Yeah.
witchcraft. Or, people that cook their meals, like cooking is an act.
Stirring a pot.
I saw this thing the other day about the guy was like, for the Christians who like to say that they don't, that witchcraft is like from the devil and they don't do witchcraft. Every year you celebrate your birthday with candles, you make a wish. Witchcraft.
It's totally witchcraft.
Yeah. There was the other one like sticks and stones will break my bones, but how does it go?
Names will never hurt me.
That's a
mantra.
protection spell.
Yeah.
Like, so he broke down all
Yeah.
these things that we've done since our childhood.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're all witches. You just have to find your inner witch. And art camp helped me find mine. And it's amazing because now I'm like the kid's Ryder tells his friends at school, like, yeah, my mom's a witch.
Cool.
And he like loves it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I am. You're right.
You are.
There's no imposter syndrome here anymore. I am a witch. But what else has grown from art camp individually, I think for each of us that have attended, even if you've attended just one or several, you get to bring something back with you that is you can't put into words,
Yeah.
but we put into practice in our own like business or careers.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah.
It's happened to all of us so that's why after like the second one, I was like, oh no, like I need this for work.
Yeah.
Like I
Professional
need
development.
art camp.
It's a professional development retreat. for
100%.
Artists and entrepreneurs. Basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
It really,
If we want to monetize it, that's the pitch.
but we,
Yes.
and we don't even, I mean, it's like,
I just don't know if I want to.
no, we don't need
Yeah.
to monetize it, but it's in the sense like we're
But we can
sharing this
share
with
it.
people.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this as a creative and to creatives that are watching,
Mm-hmm.
getting together with friends, creating art.
Good
even when we do
outfits.
1 hour.
Outfits
I
are
mean,
part of
when
it.
we do one day, like you guys came here one
We came
time.
here, yeah.
And we
all
had a little
painted.
mini art camp in my house
amazing.
for an afternoon, literally while my
amazing.
kids were at school.
Yeah.
It was just a couple of hours
We'll just hang out with music, painting.
painting, and we ended up making money because we both
We
sold
did.
these.
I sold that
those-
painting. You did too,
I
eh?
did too. We both sold those paintings, but
Yeah, it's a spell.
it was a development thing.
Yeah.
You know, and so
And we all tried a new style.
we
were all
tried
trying
new styles. You're just comfortable to. I never created things that I knew weren't going to be sold or that I didn't think like, okay, this is going to be this is work. In my creative life, I've always like, I painted something and someone's like, hey, I like that. Can I buy it? And I sell it. So then
Yeah.
I've always been like, oh, whatever I paint gets sold. When I started going to art camp and we would just, remember when we did the blind portraits?
I still have mine.
I have mine too in some,
Yeah.
the blind portraits
It's where you are looking at your person
and not down at the book.
and you're not looking at the paper. You're looking at your subject and you are drawing a continuous line of whatever you see and you can't lift the line off the page. I cheated. I brought the pen off the page.
I did too. I don't think that was a rule.
Oh, I think Zeffy said that. Whatever.
Oh,
But
okay.
they were really funny.
They were great because they
Portraits.
actually captured whoever drew me. I forgot who was. Were you the one?
know.
I think you drew me.
Did I?
You drew the hoop.
Yeah.
You drew,
I drew
like
what
my
mattered.
lips,
Yeah.
and it's a great it's a great exercise.
Yeah.
I never would sit and draw something that it isn't something that I'm
Should
gonna
we
do for
one
work.
now?
Should we do one right now?
Yeah, of each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are about to do. I just want to say to the listeners that aren't viewing, just
Yeah.
quickly, we are going to do a blind portrait where we stare at each other and not down at the notebook. And then we'll see how that goes.
It's an intense eye contact game.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God, we're looking at each other.
At
too.
each other,
Okay.
not.
Okay, all right. Are you ready?
Okay. Start. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not leaving the page.
Oh, you're not lifting the pen. Okay. Well, no, and we can't lift the pen. I want to look down so
I
bad.
know. I'm like, I'm not looking down. I'm not looking down. I'm not looking down.
Are those lashes? Is that what you're doing?
That was hair. Okay, I'm at the bottom. I'm at the bottom. Legs.
Hold on.
Okay. Are we beautiful yet? Just show. Are you? I'm done. I think I filled the page. Oh my God! Wait, this is amazing! Oh my God! Look!
Oh my
Your
God!
Art camp. You can do it absolutely anywhere, anytime. All
Look
you
how,
need
look at
is
your bob.
friends.
Look at your short
Look at
hair.
I love my glasses.
Your
I love my
glasses.
clockwork orange eye.
I only got a chance
No,
to do
but
one.
I love that. I will.
And this is your mouth open. Oh my God, I love this so much.
I love
We need
it.
to frame these. Look at my
Framer.
hoops.
Never forget the hoops.
Never forget the
You
hoops.
giant smile.
And the mic.
Yeah, see the mic.
Incredible.
That was beautiful.
We just
These
gave
are
you
really
guys.
good. These are going to sell for something someday.
Oh, these are going on a museum.
Yeah, $15.99.
The museum of our friendship.
$15.99 for that.
And there you go. That was a little short
A demo.
art camp,
Yeah.
a little demo.
You can do art camp anywhere.
You can do art camp anywhere, anytime, with whoever you want. You can even do art camp by yourself
Yes.
on a lonely travel.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so glad that you were my first guest.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you.
This is amazing.
This persona that you be here now, me, who I am today, is thanks to, in part, art camp and our friendship too. Because it feeds, like when you have people around you that inspire you and you're just like watching them do all these amazing things, you're like, oh my God, she's so amazing. She's doing all these amazing things. And then like, she's my friend. I must be amazing.
You are.
And that means I can do amazing things too.
Yes.
And then I put
can.
it to the test. And so that's what being around inspiring, that's what being around people that inspire you does. It's really like an amazing, it's like the gift that keeps on giving. Thank you for coming to my set. And nothing until next time.